Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're plunging into a really fascinating and honestly fast-moving part of the digital world, meme coins.
Absolutely. It's a space that's just constantly shifting, isn't it?
It really is. And a lot of that recent shift seems driven by this new tool, Moonshot Create. It's described as a frictionless photo-to-token minting tool.
Right.
We also want to look at how data platforms like Av.ai are, keeping up.
Yeah, how they're adapting because they have to. The speed is incredible.
Exactly. So for this deep dive, we're pulling insights from Av.ai's Medium article, Moonshot Create, the meme coin factory changing the game.
Good source. They're right in the thick of it.
Our goal here is pretty straightforward.
Mm-hmm.
Unpack what Moonshot Create actually is, look at the ripples it's causing, and understand why these sophisticated data tools are becoming, well, essential for anyone involved.
Absolutely crucial now.
Okay, let's dig in. So the big one first. What is Moonshot Create? Basically, think about making a meme coin as easily as, say, posting a photo on Instagram.
That's a good analogy. It really captures the simplicity.
It launched on Solana,
Yeah.
and the core idea is zero technical friction. You don't need to mess with smart contracts or code.
None of that complexity.
It's literally 3 steps. Upload an image, name your token, and then this is the kicker, pay with Apple Pay.
Apple Pay, that's the part that jumps out, makes it so accessible.
Totally. And we've seen crazy speed already. Like a token called Monkaphone apparently hit a $10 million market cap in just days.
Days. Yeah, that's the kind of velocity we're talking about. It's nuts. What's fascinating here, I think, is how it just completely tears down the barriers. Token creation used to be for developers, right?
Right. You needed some technical know-how.
Now, anyone. It opens the door to a massive new group of people who might have an idea, a meme, whatever, but not the coding skills. It democratizes the whole process.
And that leads directly into these trend shifts the article talks about. Moonshot isn't just a tool. It's actively changing behaviors.
Definitely setting trends.
First, obviously, is frictionless minting.
Yeah.
Like you said, anyone can do it now. No dev skills needed. That's
Yeah.
huge.
Game changer.
Then there's mainstream access. That Apple Pay integration, it's not just a payment method, it's a bridge.
A bridge, exactly. For fiat native users, people maybe not even up in crypto yet.
Right. It connects traditional money to these sort of wilder crypto assets in a way we haven't seen much before.
Very direct on-ramp.
And third, these growth loops. This is interesting. Tokens hitting a $1 million market cap and doing this bonding thing locking liquidity get promoted on Moonshot's front page.
Ah, so there's a built-in incentive structure.
Yeah, it creates this potential for viral liquidity. It's like a built-in marketing engine that feeds itself based on initial success.
Which fuels that speed even more. But if we connect this to the bigger picture, while this model is amazing for speed and going viral, it does make you ask about sustainability, doesn't it, in the long run? Are these things built to last, or are we just making hype cycles spin faster?
That's a really good point. What does sustainable even mean for a meme coin, especially one born this way?
Right. Is it even supposed to be sustainable, or is the whole point the short-term burst?
That's the million-dollar question. Maybe literally in this case.
Yeah.
So, okay, given that speed and maybe lack of sustainability focus, what are the measurable impacts we're seeing right now? Good and bad.
Okay, yeah, let's break that down.
Well, on the plus side, Av.ai points to a definite daily launch spike. Just more tokens launching on Solana right after Moonshot came out.
Makes sense. Easier creation equals more creation.
And that Monkaphone example shows the potential for quick, early-stage gains if something catches fire. Value concentrates fast.
For the lucky few, or the very fast movers, yeah.
Plus, it's putting rival launchpad pressure on other platforms. Pump.fun, LaunchLab.
Yeah.
They kind of have to simplify now, add easier on-ramps to compete.
Healthy competition, maybe. Forces innovation across the board. But this raises an important question. You make it this easy. What are the big downsides? What are the risks here?
Yeah, that's the other side of the coin, right?
For sure. First obvious one is oversaturation. The market could just get swamped with thousands of low-effort, low-quality coins. Just noise.
Makes finding anything decent much harder.
Exactly. And then there's the rug risk. Easier minting means easier scamming, unfortunately. Quick launches, quick pulls. Traders need really good filters.
So more potential traps for users.
Definitely. And finally, those regulatory gray areas. Using something mainstream like Apple Pay for these fiat-to-token paths, that might attract unwanted attention from regulators down the line.
Yeah, you can see regulators looking at that closely as it scales. So it's a classic double-edged sword, isn't it? Speed, accessibility, but new challenges, new risks.
Precisely. Which is where the data platforms become so critical.
Right, which brings us back to Avi.ai. They are positioning themselves almost as a defense mechanism in this new landscape.
A necessary one.
They're a major on-chain analytics platform, and they move fast. They launched a dedicated Moonshot list just to track tokens coming from Create.
Smart move. Got to segment the data.
And they built in filters. You can check contract safety, see if whales are piling in, assess the rug risk. Critical stuff.
Table stakes now, really.
Plus, they're using more advanced tools AI for tracking narratives, analyzing wallet behavior, trying to spot the real alpha, as they call it.
What's fascinating here is, in a market moving this fast with this much volume, data isn't just an edge anymore. It's essential for survival.
Survival, yeah. That feels right.
It's like suddenly everyone has a printing press for tokens. The sheer volume is overwhelming. Without analytics, you're just flying blind.
So Aave.ai isn't just watching. They're actively trying to help users navigate this. How specifically do they help someone cut through all that noise from Moonshot?
Good question. What are the actual tools?
Well, they talk about multi-signal detection, looking for combinations like KOLs buying in, plus smart money wallets moving, plus a trending narrative.
Confluence, multiple signals pointing the same way.
Exactly. They also use chain intel contract analysis to try and screen out the outright scams.
Crucial. Basic safety checks.
You can monitor liquidity pools in real time, watch top holder movements, see if early holders are dumping.
Yeah, gotta watch the exits.
And they even have AI-generated summaries for tokens. So you can get a quick take, judge the potential in seconds, basically.
Speeding up the analysis to match the market speed. Makes sense.
Right now, they say this is on Android, but coming soon to their web platform and iOS too.
Good coverage.
So, stepping back, what does all this mean? Moonshot Create is really pushing meme coins into uncharted territory. Creation and speculation are just smashing together in real time.
Yeah, it feels like a new phase. And it signals some broader shifts, I think.
Like what?
Well, clearly users want simpler tools, less friction for basic creation. The tech complexity is becoming less important for these kinds of launches than the narrative itself.
Narrative is king, even more so now.
Absolutely. And the real edge, the alpha, isn't just finding a coin, it's filtering signal from overwhelming noise. That's the new skill.
Filtering becomes the key advantage.
For sure. And as this sort of arms race between launchpads heats up everyone trying to be faster, easier, Avi.ai's approach seems to be about making trading smarter, not just louder or faster.
That's a good way to put it. Smarter, not louder. So Moonshot Create changed how these things are born dramatically, but it hasn't really changed what makes one potentially take off, right?
Exactly. It still comes down to narrative, community buy-in, and crucially, liquidity. Moonshot just accelerates the birth part.
And platforms like Aave.ai become absolutely essential navigation tools, helping traders cut through the chaos, spot trends early, maybe manage some of that risk.
Couldn't trade effectively in this environment without them, I don't think.
The future looks, well, fast, probably still funny, but also fiercely data-driven. It has to be.
Data is the anchor in the storm.
Which leads us with a final thought, maybe for you listening. In a world where anyone can create a token instantly, does the real value shift? Less about what gets created and more about how we analyze, understand, and maybe filter it all.
Where does the value accrue now? Interesting question.
Something to think about. We'll leave it there for this deep dive.